Hello everyone, welcome back. Now this has been a video deep down that I've been wanting to make for like almost a year at this point. And I just wanted to do it because a lot of people, if they didn't get it done, they would just be like, forget it, we just won't do it, we'll move on. But me, I mean this is a really important video for me. And it's a list of the films that I've seen in 2016 from worst to first, as I would call it. And the reason why I wanted to do a video like that is because that was like my first year I started doing videos like this. I got more interested in this kind of stuff. And I would just like to go over the films that I saw in that year from worst to first. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I've seen 35 films this year. I'm going to try to go through it quickly so we're not sitting here for a while. So the very worst film I saw this year was Keanu. The reason why that is the very worst is not only was it incredibly unfunny, not only was it very cringy, like not even good cringy, there's some good cringy but bad, but it was very stupid. And I mean, I can watch a stupid movie, but this was just mind-numbingly stupid. And I mean, Key and Peele, I have nothing against them, but from what I've seen from them, I'm not a fan of their type of humor, sadly. The plot was very cliched. The villain sucked, and this is the one film that I walked out during, and I'm like, no, I have to come back and see the rest of this trash, because I cannot walk out of a film. So, this is the very worst. But, at number 34, which was almost the worst, it was a tie, basically, was Masterminds. And what's just such a shame, because this has a really great cast. Zach Galifianakis is hilarious from The Hangover, he was so funny. Kristen Wiig has some good parts where she could be funny, and Jason Sudeikis and Owen Wilson, they're all real good. And this is actually based off a true story. Like, my jaw was dropped when it said at the end, it showed real pictures and everything, that this was based on a true story. Not only does it fail to be a good adaptation, I'm not sure this is exactly how it went down. The humor was horrible. It was so dumb. I didn't really laugh at all during it. And this is just me personally, but when a film shows a spider in it, I have a huge phobia for that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna really like it. So I'm going quick descriptions. I mean, I did do a full review on this movie if you want to check it out. Moving on, number 33 is Love and Friendship. You may be thinking, what is that? I don't blame you. I didn't even know what it was, but I decided to go check it out with my grandma, my mom, my sister. They wanted to go check it out. It's one of those oldie films, and of course it got great reviews. It got like a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes. I watched it. It's filmed really well. I love the sets and all, but God, is it boring? It really is. Like, I'm not interested in those kind of films at all. So maybe just me, but not only. I mean, my family that I went to go see it with, they hated it too. So maybe it isn't just me. Maybe there is something else wrong with it, because it wasn't funny, because it was trying to be a comedy. The only funny part was this one guy in it. I haven't seen some of these films in a while, so they're going to be kind of murky with me. So, yeah. Moving on. Number 32. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Or Dawn of Shit, as I like to call it. This was truly a misfire to not only superhero films, but blockbusters, because when I saw that one trailer from December that showed off everything, I knew something was going to be wrong. But oh my goodness, did they really mess up this film. They crammed so much crap into it to try to play catch up with Marvel, and it backfires so poorly. And I think Justice League's going to be the same kind of crap, but that's a whole nother story. Ben Affleck was actually the best part of that film. I would never say that. I'm not even being paid, because I hate Ben Affleck. He's not a good actor to me at all. Not even Good Will Hunting, which is one of my favorites. He's the worst part of that film. But he actually does well here. He's a great Bruce and a great Batman. Henry Cavill was okay as Superman. Jeremy Irons was great as Alfred. And Jesse Eisenberg was garbage as Lex Luthor. Trash. The action was so bad. Like I said in my review when I did a collab with Corey. But when they actually do the fight scene, it looks like such garbage. Like, you could tell that they're on a green screen, they're in suits, and they're just trying to fake punch each other because they're actors in suits. It's that bad. And everyone's gone over the whole Martha crap. And plus, it's really boring, convoluted story, and just no fun at all. Number 31, Ghostbusters 2016. Now, I did not like the Ghostbusters from the 80s. I know I'm one of those in the minority, please don't hurt me. But, I mean, I decided to give this one a chance. And it's from my favorite studios, Sony. Yeah, God, Sony. Please stick to your consoles, please. Because this film was horrible. The best part of the film, by far, was Chris Hemsworth. He's really hilarious. But they have, now, it would have been fine with the jokes, because some of the jokes are actually kind of funny. But whenever they did a joke, they would keep dragging it on to make it so bad you wanted to walk out. Because not only do the four girls don't have any chemistry, not only is the jokes when they're dragged on horrible, not only does it have the worst villain I've ever seen in a film, but it is so bad to men. Like, every single man in the film is either an idiot, a coward, or a jerk. No good men at all. It is clearly made for, like, females. Like, they just, it has a bad mindset against men. And I really don't like to see it. I like it more balanced out. That's why Wonder Woman did so well. Because it was balanced out. It didn't just target one gender or made one better than the other. It was equal. So, and plus the CGI was garbage. So, number 30, The Shallows with Deadpool's wife. Now, she did pretty well, I would say, as the lead, because she's like by herself for most of this film. And it's your typical survivor story, except it's so dumb. She's in the shallows on this beach. She's like 20 feet away, and a shark, you're gonna tell me a shark is just there? No way. It's so dumb, so out of there. The CG is garbage. The only part I liked was the ending where the shark crammed there. That was kind of funny. But it's just a waste of time. It was just a boring movie that just drops you there with no backstory to her. Number 29, Suicide Squad. Now, besides the soundtrack and Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, the rest of the film falters because after Batman v Superman, they kind of got worried because it was going to be a much darker film, so they rushed it into reshoots and all, and they changed the script and everything in like 6 weeks or less. So much bad stuff behind the scenes. And it really shows because the film, like, it starts out with them just telling you each character. And then she's trying to, like, the Amanda Waller lady's trying to make the squad, right? And she makes the squad. And then one person that was supposed to be in the squad breaks off. And they have to go fight that person now. And it's this end of the world event. And I hate seeing this in every single movie. Not every single movie in your universe has to be an end of the world event. Like, literally, every movie in their universe has been that so far. Every single movie. And with Justice League, it's going to be the same crap. So, yeah, after seeing how Deadshot is in, like, Injustice 2 and all, Will Smith was not good as Deadshot. That's not how Deadshot's supposed to be. Sorry, Will Smith, you're a good actor, but no. And, yeah, the CG was bad. And horrible villains. So, moving on a bit quicker, because I need to get through this. Trolls. Now, I went to go see this with my sister. I did see that first teaser for it, and it was cringy bad. Like, this is what DreamWorks has come to. Garbage like this. But when I saw it, I was actually not as bad. But upon other rewatches, it's not really that good either. My expectations were so to the ground. I was just surprised it was any good. Because there is some adult humor in there. It has some good animation. It's kind of funny. I just turned my brain off and just had a chill time. That's much to say to that. Number 27 is Hardcore Henry. And when I say my review, it's one of those films that are not good, not bad. Well, kind of bad. It's just a fun movie. Again, turn your brain off and just watch a spectacle. Because it's all in first person. The main character doesn't talk at all. Horrible plot. Generic storyline. That's what I said. One-dimensional characters, except for that one guy. Jimmy, I think his name is. He was pretty hilarious. And it's just, you begin, bunch of crap. And as soon as it ends, when the end is like that, ends. It's ridiculous. So, number 26, Batman: The Killing Joke. And that got so much controversy when it came out last year. It's the animated adaptation of one of the, it's based off the comic book of the same name, Batman: The Killing Joke. and it's one of the best comic books ever, and you think the adaptation would have been better. The animation is really poor, like compared to other animated Batman films or DC films or whatever. They added a first 30 minutes that doesn't connect to the rest of it because it's only a 40-page comic, so they tried to stretch it out in a full-length film, and it really did not pay off. And that controversial thing that Batman did with Batgirl, you know what I'm trying to say if you've seen it. It really was bad. It really undermined her character, and I really hate when they do that kind of stuff. So I'm moving on now. Number 25, The Secret Life of Pets. This was another fun little kids movie by Illumination. It's one of my favorites from them because I hate their Despicable Me films. And I saw Despicable Me 3 past Utopia at the worldwide box office. Pissed me off so much. Anyways, this was another fun kids movie that may have ripped off Toy Story that everyone's been saying. But, I mean, it's cute. It had some good voice acting. A generic story, but it was okay. Moving on. Just trying to get through this quickly. Number 24, Money Monster. Now, this was, I'm trying to remember this. If I can't remember the film, that's not a good sign. But it's about where this one guy threatens to blow up this building where these news reporters are in because he's tired of the government taking his money or something, and George Clooney's in it, and he's okay there, and it's just them trying to uncover this conspiracy while this guy's trying to keep the guy from blowing him up. It was okay. I don't really remember that much about it, so that's not a good sign like I just said, because usually the good movies you remember. Moving along. Number 23, Kung Fu Panda 3. And that was the third installment in the Kung Fu Panda trilogy, obviously. It's by DreamWorks. It was okay. Like, when I reviewed it a while ago with my sister, I mean, it was average. Like, it wasn't as good, but that was just such an exceptional year for animated films. Like, really was. And the animation was top-notch as usual. I mean, it was just a movie. Okay, moving on quickly. War Dogs, number 22. And that was based off the true story, has Miles Teller and Jonah Hill in it, about these two guys who made this weapons trading system or something, and the rise and fall of their company and all the stuff that went behind the scenes. And yeah. Number 21, 13 Hours, The Secret Souls of Benghazi. This is probably the best Michael Bay film I've ever seen, which isn't saying much because all his films are pretty bad. I didn't see any of the ones from the 90s, so I just seen the Transformer ones. So, and the Horrible Ninja Turtles one. So, this was also based on a true story, and it was supposed to go into detail about what happened to the soldiers that were at Benghazi when this horrible attack happened. And I gotta say, it's pretty emotional, made me feel bad for these guys and wanted them to succeed. And to know the dirty secrets behind it was really horrifying to find out. So yeah. Number 20, Moana. One of the most overrated films I've seen in a while, because it did get great reviews. It did get nominated for some Oscars. Didn't win them though. I'll talk more about it later. And it was really good. The voice acting was fine. The Rock is The Rock, so you know that. But it wasn't that good, sadly. I mean, the competition that year was pretty good, but it was just a bland film. Nothing really to do. It was just a bunch of filler. It's one of those films, like, when I was watching it, I looked at my sister, I'm like, I'm not getting into this, which is rare. I was just staring at the screen, I see what's going on, and I'm just like, I just couldn't. Okay, number 19 is Hush. And it was on Netflix, and it's a really small-made horror film, or thriller, whatever you want to call it. Really well done. Stand-up performances from the actors involved in it. Okay, moving on. 18 Passengers. Now, this got horrible reviews, and it's with Jennifer Lawrence and the Pratt Chris. Great actor. The CGI and all was really well done. I really digged the story, and I'm moving on quickly. Number 17, Finding Dory. And this was a really good anime film, and I actually liked it more than the original, Finding Nemo. I mean, everyone loves that film and all, that's fine, I think it's okay. But it was really unnecessary, but the side characters were really good. It was just a fun kids movie. Okay, 16. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This was a really good Harry Potter film and all. Like, none of the films have been bad, but this is my least favorite in the franchise. Number 15, XMen Apocalypse. This got, again, horrible reviews. Everyone seems to hate it. So underrated. Great performances from everyone. The story continues to be well done. And Apocalypse was not really that good, unfortunately, but everything else stands out. Okay, number 14, Kubo and the great anime film that I saw with my sister. What sucks is it made like no money because on opening night we were there. We were the only two in the theater. Fantastic stop motion animation, a great story, great characters. Moving on. 13, The Little Prince. This was another anime film that was a Netflix original because no one wanted it apparently, but Netflix decided to pick it up, and I'm so glad they did. Great voice work all around, great animation, a sweet, sweet little story, and all of it. Number 12, The Conjuring 2. Now, this is one of the horror films that I saw last year, and I'm not really into horror, but I decided to give it a shot by watching a few, and this was great. Like, I didn't see the first one, but you don't really need to, because while it does have the same characters, it doesn't really need you to see it. Pretty creepy, and they have a lot of sequels that they're milking. Okay, number 11, Deadpool. This was an amazing comic book film. Like, they got the characters so right, and I'm so glad it was that R-rated. Ryan Reynolds knocked it out of the park, great action, and it was only $60 million budget and made over $700 million worldwide, so we're gonna get a really awesome sequel. Okay, number 10, The Jungle Book. 2016, the live action one. This was truly amazing. I probably think it's way better than I thought it would be because I didn't see the animated one, but it was exceptional. All the voice work, CGI, story, and all that good. Number 9, Don't Breathe, which was a pretty great horror film or suspense film, whatever you want to call it. Great work, especially from Dylan Minetti, the guy as the old man, and the girl and all. They all did great work. It was pretty creepy. It was really interesting to see it from usually the bad guy's point of view, and really they're like going to be the good guys trying to escape from this psycho old man. Okay, number 8, Doctor Strange. This was truly a pretty great Marvel film, and it's so trippy. Like, it's one of the most trippiest films I've ever seen with that one scene. And it was really enjoyable, great scenes, and it does a good origin for this character. Okay, number 7, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Now, if you want to check out my review for all my details, you can check there, but it's here. 10 Corfield Lane. Again, and if you want to check out my review, you can check out there. Number 5, Hacksaw Ridge. This was a truly exceptional war film. Andrew Garfield did fantastic. Vince Vaughn actually does a really good performance here. And it was this really touching, really violent, gory. It does a real good setup to him before he goes in and why he doesn't want to pick up a gun and everything. And how he did this incredible thing, saving all these soldiers' lives. Truly phenomenal story. Number 4, Captain America Civil War. This, again, if you want, this was a truly great film. It was able to juggle all this well, unlike Batman v Superman. It actually set up its characters. It did fantastic. All the action was great. It has a really compelling villain with motivation that we can understand. And the twist at the end is shocking. Number 3, The Nice Guys. Truly underrated. No one saw it, so naturally they weren't going to make sequels like they wanted to, unfortunately. But Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe did great performances, and I'm going to move on. Also, it's hilarious. And these top 2 were so close. I love them both. But number 2 is The Edge of 17. Such a great film. You don't see films like this made, really, for these kind of people. The ones that don't really have that many friends in high school. The ones that feel lonely and left out. And it's such a sweet story. You learn, it's just a really good coming-of-age high school story, and it was great. And I'm going to move on to my favorite film of 2016, and that, of course, is Topia. I gush about this film so much. You know a film's really good if you want to learn everything about it. I learned everything about this. Who was involved, how it was made. I watched the documentary. I've learned it all. Great animation, great voice work, great story. Everything about that film was perfect. I loved it so much. And there we go. that was my list of all the films I saw. It was a long list. I'm so sorry, everyone, but I'm so glad to get it done. It's been bugging me forever. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.